All right. Olutopia.
Mm. Olutopia is streaming on all streaming platforms, like all streaming platforms. And that tape I made when I first signed with Lifeline, and that tape alone, dude, can put me on the map. Every song, the beat selection, storytelling, the vibe of the whole track is so polished. It was like this is like my best body of work thus far. You got songs like 911 on there. Every time I perform that song, people hustle to. Colors put you in a field. When a Night Falls put you in a field. What else? War Dogs turn you up. Aliens. Yeah, I can hear these songs on like movies, TV shows, wherever. It just needs to be marketed right. I want to push a Lutopia more because those songs, bro, those songs on that fucking EP needs to be marketed correctly, bro, because those songs can pop. I don't want to keep putting out a whole bunch of music and it don't do shit because it's too, like, the songs that I have are too good to not do nothing. It's like a waste of time coming to the studio, recording, put them all into a track, getting the mix and mastered, and then when I put it out, 10, 20, 30 people fuck like listening. Like, with this music business, it's like you got to put money behind the product because so many people want to do it. Like, you got the person next door trying to rap or trying to sing. You got so many different talented people. It's like you got to set yourself apart in a way to appeal, you know? Especially in this city, like, you don't have too many people making music like what I'm doing. You do, but they're not on the forefront. You don't have people that's trying to do music like me that's getting the recognition or the global success that they deserve in the city. A Lutopia, yeah, that's like literally my best work so far. Full body work.
So you said that that's your best so far. How would you compare that to your old music? So Olutopia is relatively newer, right?
Yeah.
So how would you compare your newer music to your old music?
Shit. For one, sonically, Olutopia is topping all my old stuff. Sonically. Sonically is dope. Creatively and storytelling and just lyricism, old stuff, I feel like is better because around that time I was still discovering and finding myself. I'm still doing it now, but it's like back then I was really living and feeling those things that I was talking about. Most of the songs that I make now, I'm using an enhancer, not saying like no coke, no shit, but I'm saying like I would smoke weed or I drink. Back then, I wasn't smoking or drinking for shit. I was just taking life experiences and just writing them down and taking them to the studio and making music. Like now, it's like it's hard for me to get in the modes now. So back then, it was more innocent. It was more still finding myself. It was more open to newer things, so
So I know you mentioned a little bit earlier about getting certain traction, having to put money towards this. Um, as far as music and getting your music heard. A lot of new artists that we know, at least here in the city, specifically Detroit, or Michigan, we don't have the platform like a Atlanta. We don't have the platform like a um, LA. We don't have the platform like, even I know you mentioned Houston at one
yeah.
point. We don't have those platforms, so we have to use other platforms to be able to get our music and creation or content out. Some new artists use IG or Instagrams, profiles that already have a following. They post their music there. YouTube channels that they'll post them on there. Certain videographers might be able to already have a good following. So those certain things, or the news, like, Detroit news or something like that, right?
Mhm.
How do you feel about those platforms, putting your content on those platforms? Are you considering doing it? Are they beneficial, do you think? And what are you going to do, or what are you going to do to continue to build followers, build fans, and continue to get your music heard globally? You mentioned it should be on TV.
Yeah.
You mentioned it should be globally streamed. How, what are you doing to make sure that that happens?
So in June, I'm actually going to Houston to this big event. There's going to be a lot of different A&Rs, record labels, different artists and stuff like that. It's not just going to be one set style. They're going to be there. It's going to be many different styles. So I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be in June. And then sync licensing, actually getting my music placed on TV shows and movies. I'm actually working on doing something like that also. uh, Me and my friend was actually talking to a company out in LA who actually do that for artists. So we were looking at that. When it comes to the platforms here in the city, I don't necessarily feel like me putting. I might gain some fans from putting my music on there, but it's not going to be a real big return because that's not my crowd. So, as an artist, you have to know your who you're marketing to, who are you trying to appeal to, and the people that I'm trying to appeal to, they don't necessarily have a platform here in the city. The thing that if they do, it's kind of underground. It's not really out in the open. Most of the things that are in the city is of urban type of look, or it's more urban. It's not really like what do you call it, like 955, or like water, like kind of soft. Everything here is you know gangsta hood, for the things that's on the forefront of Detroit, because you do have those avenues here, but you gotta go digging. You gotta go looking for them. And it's fucked up that it's like that, because it's going to get to a point. There's going to get to a point in the future where it's not going to be like that, where there's going to be probably me. I'm hoping that it's me, but there's going to get to a point where there's going to be a different sound that comes out of Detroit. I feel like Detroit right now is still on its early stages, trying to break the sound of what gangsta, Detroit is still trying to break through. But there is going to be an emerging sound right behind it that's not necessarily hood, that's going to come out of the city. It's going to be that artist.
You mentioned getting the appeal of others in regards to your music. How do you feel about others' opinions about your music? Whether it's from that underground fan base, or from, like you said, the hood fan base.
Hmm.
How do you how do you feel about their opinion? Is there a difference in the opinion from the other underground
Hmm.
um music fan base from, the hood?
Music is very biased, and is the climate of music right now is so chaotic that there is no such thing as something that's trash nowadays. Shit is literally, you can buy a mic right now and say a whole bunch of BS, and if you got a fucking solid team, a good camera, a good camera, know how to make TikTok videos and get people to dance and do the shit to your video, do whatever to the videos and money, you can blow the fuck up. So getting opinions from people of how shit should be, I don't fuck with it. Because every day there's a new set of fucking guidelines and rules on how you should do shit. There's a new set of guidelines on how you should do your music to blow up. I was literally telling my friend this. There's no blueprint to this shit. There's many different ways you can blow up. And it's gotten so bad that you have to literally be unique as fuck on how to blow up. If you don't have people you know that's already in the industry, street ties, money behind you, you gotta work harder. You gotta put more time in. And if you're trying to go the route that I'm doing, where you kind of want to make real music, oh man. Because if you ain't selling sex, drugs, money, it's like, oh, you already trash. They already writing you off. They already doing it. So, taking opinions from, like, some people's opinions are okay. You can take it with a grain of salt. But listening to motherfuckers, no.
How do you feel about shout outs? Like shouting another person out, are they beneficial to be able to get that traction?
Depending on who you shouting out. I'm a genuine person, and I recognize people's talents, and I love to give people credit where credit is due. But at the same time, it's like, in the past, I will do certain things that necessarily people would not do, and then it would be like, I got used at the end of the day, but for being too nice, or too this, or too that, and it's like, bro, like, I still have that heart. Like, I don't want to be mean or anything, but it's like, I gotta pick and choose who I will, necessarily shout out or give credit to, bro. Like, because there was a point in time where I would shout out like anybody. I would shout out many different, and it's this thing where it's like people do things to you and they kind of alter your character. You're not supposed to let people do that. But you go through life going through so much shit that you're not gonna be the same. Like that's the process of living and breathing. Like I said, when I was making music, like when I was younger, it's a difference from it now because I done went through so much shit. I done experienced so much fucking shit that I'm not the same person that I was. So shouting somebody out now, I don't do it as much because I didn't get shit from it. I was thinking about like giving shout outs to certain people, but it's like, dude, nobody is gonna shout you out. So why the fuck should you do that? Like, people will get used to you just being so nice, they'll take advantage of it. They will expect you to do it all the time. Like, it depends on the person. If the person is putting in work as much as you, they see your vision, you see their vision, they're genuine, they're not shady, they're not in it for themselves, yes. But when you spot somebody who's just in it for themselves, all they care about is what they can get out of the shit. It's never about the team. No. Never works out.
So when we was in the studio, I don't know if this is any correlation to what you said, one of the songs you decided to play was if you think you're lonely now. I forgot. I don't know his name specifically.
God damn, I forgot his name too. It's crazy because I listen to this song every day.
Yeah.
That of many songs, old school songs, I listen to every day because I listen to a lot of old school music now. Like that's how it used to be back in the day. I don't listen to a lot of modern new music and then got tired of it because it's so fucking, I don't know, I'm not even gonna get into that. But that particular song, you listen to that old music and they were really writing. They were really talking about shit. They were really singing. They were really putting some production and they were putting some shit into their music. It wasn't just load up a beat, record, hit record, then freestyle. It was like thought out. They didn't have the technology that we have. So it was like you had to be fucking talented. You had to. It was no other way. There was no. There was an auto tune. It was the voice box, but it wasn't as used as it is now. And the talent back then was just more. It was more wholesome. It was more family oriented. It was more. It wasn't rugged. It wasn't. This is more pure. Like now it's fucking negative. Like it's just people love sex now. They love drugs. It's what everybody knows now. Nobody knows nothing outside of that now.